AP, take us through, the game just got a slow start. What happened there? There just seemed to be very little momentum early.
Yeah, I think just being ourselves early on with penalties, just, everyone involved, including myself, and, just not as good communication as we needed early on and execution. And so, it's hard to overcome those things in the NFL. And so, I needed a faster start, needed better execution, definitely start with myself on that one. So that was disappointing.
Does that happen, Aidan, when you guys know what's at stake and everything, it's basically a play-in game?
Yeah, I think, it's the NFL, right? So I think you can't rely on momentum from last week. You can't look ahead. I think every series, every play has enough of its own that you got to lock in on. And I think, I think we could have done a better job of that today. Again, myself included. And, just getting behind the sticks is hard to overcome. And, we definitely should have scored more points today than we did. So that was probably the most frustrating part. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
You talk a lot about situational football today, whether it was short yardage situations or some untimely penalties. It felt like there were some self-inflicted wounds today. How frustrating is that, and what was a winnable game for you guys?
Yeah, very difficult. When the Raiders play the Raiders, we've been pretty good as far as being focused pre-snap. That didn't happen today on both sides of the ball. And again, that kind of costs you in a game like this where it comes down to 3 points. Where you have opportunities on 3rd and 4th and 1 to keep drives alive.
Coach, did you see anything this week in practice that maybe this was coming, or did this surprise you?
As far as what's, I'm sorry?
The mental mistakes that the team's been avoiding.
No, I didn't see it. I mean, same schedule, same day we've been doing. You can't point fingers at players. We got to do a better job, obviously, as coaches, right? That's what you're going to hear. It's just a focus thing, right? I mean, false starts, offsides, that's Raiders beating themselves, and that's something that for 7 games at least, we hadn't done. And then today it kind of came up and it bit us.
Do you think that Jack Jones was offsides on that one play?
I didn't see it. They called it, so, I mean, it went against us. If it did, obviously something happened for them to make it. It was too close.
There was also the pass interference, kind of like the ball might have been out of bounds. Did you get a chance to look at that or talk to the referees about that?
No, I talked to her. I just asked a simple question. They felt like he interfered while the ball's in the air. They didn't think it was too far out of bounds. I don't want to second guess the judges, the referees, excuse me, just like I'm going to be second guess.
A couple of punts on 4th and 1 in the first half. What were you thinking as far as the confidence in the offense at that point, not really having it? Or were you
I don't think they were 4th and 1. I think it was like a long 2. Am I correct on that one? Most 4th and 1s we were going for it. You got your analytics, you get a feel for the game, field position. I think, for the most part, we've been playing really good football when we play field position. And typically our defense has done a good job when they're backed up, of keeping teams backed up. That might not have been the case every time today. Just giving our offense a short field has been our mindset. Yes, sir.
Antonio, every game obviously in the NFL is a season unto itself, and that now that you guys are kind of eliminated from the playoff chase, what is the mood right now of the team going forward?
The guys are disappointed. Why wouldn't you be? I mean, we want to win every game. We had a great opportunity there. We're right there at the very end. Moving forward, we get paid to play 17 games. I'm being paid to instruct and coach for 17 games. And we got one at home that we're excited about. We'll move forward like we've done everything. If we won the game, I'd have come up with to say the same thing. We're moving forward. We'll be off of this in 24 hours. Get ready for a divisional opponent at home against the Broncos. And we're excited about that. Another opportunity for us to get better. Season ain't over until it's over. I get the playoffs, and that's all that. That's all fine and dandy. But we got another game to play, and it's at home, and we're ready to do it. We'll be ready to do it.
I'm sure you guys felt good about the play with the throwback from Jacoby back to Aidan. But in retrospect, do you feel like that's a play where maybe don't get too cute, let's just go get the first down right there?
Yeah, that's something I probably need to look back at and let's make some better decisions there. And we'll do that going forward.
If you're moving ahead, is it difficult when you don't know if the game's Saturday or Sunday, or maybe you've been told already? But
no, we haven't been told. I mean, we're ready for both. Players will be off tomorrow. Coaches will be in tomorrow and get ready for the Broncos. And obviously it's a divisional foe, which is really good for us. Somebody we know well, even though we haven't played since week 1. But we'll be ready. We've been doing a good job as position coaches getting ahead on the next opponent. So, like I said, we'll put this game away and watch it on the plane and move on to the Broncos, sir.
Josh gave it a go before the game. Was it kind of close on that one, or?
Yeah, he's gonna keep fighting, man. Listen, I'm not gonna ever shut down a guy like that. If he wants to go out there and battle, and I said that earlier in the week to you guys. If he has an opportunity to go, I'm gonna go with it. And if it comes up to like 2.5 hours, like it did today, and you got to be honest. You got to be realistic. I told him he has to be realistic with himself, that we don't want to put him in, any further damage for his future and for what's best for the Raiders. So it was just decided inactive.
As a former player, it's hard to get you guys off the field. Is that where you are in your position, that you could look them in the eye and say, hey, man, I'm going to look out for you more than maybe.
Sometimes you got to protect the player from the player, right? And I think that's really what I've tried to do with not only him, but Colton Miller and Max Crosby as well. Hey, guys, listen, I love it. I love it. First of all, let's say this. Our guys want to play. I get we lose. I get that we lost the game, but our guys want to play, man. Even if we won this game, it wasn't no guarantee we don't get in the playoffs anyway. A lot of things have to go our way. Not sure how that goes, but one thing I'll say is these men in this locker room, these coaches, they love playing. They love being Raiders. They're proud about being Raiders. I'm proud about coaching them. Proud of coaching them guys. And listen, we're going to keep rolling and keep fighting. I can promise you this. We'll put the best 11 out there whenever we play next weekend.
Kind of been an interesting season for Aidan O'Connell. He's a rookie quarterback, and there's going to be ups and downs with a rookie quarterback. How do you feel like he's handled things and grown through this process?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a growing process. You watch it. I thought today, listen, at the end of the game, that 2-minute drive, he looked pretty sharp. He was rolling, and he doesn't really blink. He got hit early and often today. I thought he did a decent job as the game went on, of keeping his eyes up instead of down looking at the rush. And with any quarterback, which is the hardest position to play, we're going to sit there and pinpoint everything. But when you look at what and we're asking him to do, I think, you can say that he's gotten better. I think he's gotten better. Now what happens in the future, I mean, that goes for all of us. We have to see and decide what happens later.
Devontae had 20 targets, I think. Is that a focus of the game plan, or just kind of the way it happened?
Kind of the way it happened. I mean, I still love to run the ball 30-plus times, but, 21 of those with 13 receptions. You got your star player out there, man. Jimmy's and Joe's at this point in the season. You want to see your star player go and give him opportunities to make plays. He did for us. He showed up in the red zone, which was big for us, and some third downs. Again, the focus is always just the focus is how to win. And, as we look through the game plan, as we go through it, okay, love to run the ball a little bit more. That's just AP, right? Love to run the ball a little bit more. Love to be tough on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 and things like that. But when you have, you can take advantage of certain players on the other side, you do that. And that's what we try to do today.
That's good.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year's.